So this past month, I went on a number of significantly longer fasts than I had in times past. I went on a 61-hour fast during the anniversary of 9/11. My goal was to do 29.96 minutes, 1 minute for each victim, but I liked it so much at the end that I extended it for quite a number of hours. I have a girlfriend who is Jewish, and I decided to fast with her on Yom Kippur. That one was only 25 hours, but it was significantly more challenging because you had to avoid liquids as well. And then there were your everyday 16-hour fasts, and I had another personal anniversary where I went on a 24-hour fast. I hope to do a couple more these next few weeks for a couple of reasons. First of all, I have another anniversary coming up on September 25th. 2011. I was working on my PhD when I came up with a significant result, and I'm still using that result to this day for my computer games. It's kind of hard for me to describe in simple words the technical. It's a branch and bound algorithm is what it is, if you're curious. So I'll be fasting for that anniversary, and plus it's a lot easier to fast during mild weather like we have during the spring and the fall. I'm hoping to move back to Wallace, Idaho. There's no way I can do a very long fast over there in the winter time, so I hope to get some fasts out of the way. Now, I noticed quite a few benefits during the fast that are going to be hard to believe while you're not fasting, so I thought I would record a video not only to the benefit of my viewers, but to remind myself what it's like to fast, just in case I have difficulty getting things started in the future. One thing I noticed about fasting is that when you're not constantly bombarding your sense of taste, your other senses really open up, right? You'll love to see new things, right? You'll enjoy new art, and your ears especially, right? Music that you never heard before. You'll walk outside and you'll hear birds chirping for the first time in years. I mean, not that you've heard it the first time in years, but you've processed it the first time in many, many years, right? You go into your car and all of a sudden you can tune into any radio station, right? But more importantly, you want to meet new people, right? So during the fast, I went to a church service and I found everybody there a whole lot more interesting. And then yesterday I went to that same church service and everybody was dulled out, right? I was only 12 hours into fasting yesterday. Everything was dull. They weren't dull. My mind was dull in not wanting to accept new things because I was already satisfying my sense of taste, right? Which is kind of sad because we put so much, if you plot out, I don't know if you can measure this, but if you can measure how much Americans use each of their five senses, taste would be a huge part of that pie, and then the others would be like an afterthought, right? That's unfortunate, in my opinion. I think we should rebalance our portfolio of scents a little bit, right? That's my thought. And then I noticed a huge loss of inhibition. I could go up to somebody and start a conversation that I would normally be very nervous about, right? And also my creativity just opened up, right? It's like a big door has just opened every time I fast, right? I'm a professor, and all of a sudden I come up with all these interesting slides that I wanted to include in my lecture. The only problem was that toward the end of the fast, I was getting a little bit delirious, and some of the slides were a little bit off. But at least I got them started, right? I had to correct some things after I broke the fast. But had I not fasted at all, I wouldn't have started the whole thing at all, right? So basically, when you fast, entire doors just open to other portals in life, right? That's the way I like to see it. So why don't you give it a try? Open up those doors. But do it now, because it's going to be increasingly hard as the weather gets more brutal.